Hola, clase. Today we're going to be talking about the preterite, el preterito, which means we're going to be talking about the past tense en español. So all the way through Spanish 1, we've been talking about the present tense. Now we're going to talk about things and events that may have taken place in the past. So let's get started. See? Let's go ahead and read about Rodrigo. Rodrigo habla con Oscar sobre el fin de semana. So Oscar starts by saying, Te llamé el sábado para invitarte al partido de fútbol, pero no contestaste. Rodrigo, Camila y yo pasamos el fin de semana en la casa de sus padres. Viven cerca de un lago. Entonces, mi suegro y yo salimos en el bote y pescamos. A mi suegra no le gusta pescar, así que Camila y ella nadaron y tomaron el sol. Pero lo mejor del fin de semana fue la comida. Mi suegra es muy buena cocinera y preparó unas comidas muy ricas. Notice that the words highlighted are conjugated in the preterite form. So, llamé, contestaste, pasamos, pescamos, nadaron, tomaron, preparó. Let's get started in seeing what those words mean and why they're conjugated in the form that they are. What is the preterite? The preterite is a past tense in Spanish, a tense with many irregular verbs. It is also used to express an action that began and ended at a specific time in the past. Some key words for the preterite tense are, and repitan, ayer, anteayer, anoche, la semana pasada, el mes pasado, el año pasado, ayer por la mañana. Ayer por la mañana means yesterday during the morning. AR verbs in the preterite. All you need to do is drop the AR and add the appropriate endings. Let's see what the endings are for those. Yo hablé. Tú hablaste. Él, ella, usted habló. Nosotros hablamos. Vosotros hablasteis. Ellos, ellas y ustedes hablaron. So which endings are the same in the present tense and in the preterite? You got it. Nosotros. It does not change. But be careful with the accents because now the yo form, so the singular first form and the third person is going to carry an accent. For example, in the present tense, we would say, hablo por teléfono. I speak on the phone. In the preterite now, when you use the O, if you use the O in the preterite and you put the accent, now it does not mean I speak on the phone anymore. It's going to mean he or she or usted, the you formal, spoke on the phone, so the third person. Hablo por teléfono. Notice that there is an emphasis at the end of the word because of the accent. Habló por teléfono. So, yes, we also have ER endings and IR ending verbs, but they are going to share the same endings. AR has its own, ER and IR are going to share its endings. Let's see what those are. And yes, the nosotros form is the same. And yes, again, they do have accents just like the AR. So, for example, yo comí, tú comiste, él, ella, usted comió, nosotros, nosotras comimos, vosotros, vosotras comisteis, ellos, ellas y ustedes comieron. Now, an IR ending verb, the verb escribir, which means to write. Yo escribí. Tú escribiste. Él, ella, usted escribió. Nosotros, nosotras escribimos. Vosotros, vosotras escribisteis. Ellos, ellas y ustedes escribieron. Notice that the yo form, so the first person singular and the third person singular, are both going to carry an accent over the last vowel. So let's conjugate vivir. Go ahead and grab a little piece of paper and conjugate it by yourself. I'll give you a few minutes to do that. And don't forget your accents, chicos and chicas. Okay, so the conjugated verb vivir, which means to live, is going to be yo viví, tú viviste, él, ella, usted vivió, with an accent over the O. Nosotros, nosotras vivimos, vosotros, vosotras vivisteis, ellos, ellas y ustedes vivieron. Make sure that you check your spelling and that everything is correct. Okay, so with our preterite, our past tense en español, we also have some special verbs which we have learned already in Spanish 1, which are the car, gar, and zar ending words. Here are some examples for you. The first one is the car ending verb tocar. And remember, those are only going to change in the yo form, and the ending of the preterite verb is going to continue to be the same. But in order to keep the same sounding, we're going to need to change a couple things. For example, the C in tocar sounds like the K in English. So in order to keep that same sound in the yo form, we're going to need to add and change the C to a QU. Yo toqué. Same thing for jugar. Jugar ends with a G, a soft G, so therefore in order to keep that same soft G in yo form, we're going to change the G to a GU. Yo jugué. And empezar, we also need to change that to yo empecé. To make the Z sound like the letter S, we're going to change the Z to a C and continue to keep the same ending of a preterite verb in a yo form with an E and accent over it. Leer and oír. Leer and oír, they're going to be a little special because in the third person singular and plural, you're going to have to change the unaccented I with a Y. Notice here on the chart that it says leyó with a Y now, leyeron with a Y, oyó, and oyeron. So the endings of the verb conjugations are going to be the same, but they're going to have a little stem change, if I'd like to call it, only on the third person singular and plural. And that is something that you guys will need to memorize, see? And here we come to the end of this presentation. Please make sure that you reach out to me if you have any questions in regards to your preterite, the past tense, chicos. Hasta luego. Ciao.